killing spree.
Always two there are. No more, no less.
Weird.
All right. Welcome out to this week's episode of the Gamers Council. I am your host, WEBDAVE, along with my co-host, Hargeet Chani. Hargeet, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Yeah, a lot of news this week, and it just keeps pouring on, right? Like this month has been crazy.
Oh, yes.
Into it.
yes, it has been crazy. Tonight is going to be a good show. I am so excited. Can you tell? I have so much to talk about tonight, and we are, oh my God. I got to say, the two guests for tonight are absolutely amazing. I love them both, and they've both been here multiple times, and we feel really, really excited they're both here. Holly, ThatBlueNumber, welcome to the show again.
Hello. Thanks for having me. I love talking to you guys. It's always fun to come on Gamers Council. I appreciate the invite.
Well, thank you, because I know you kind of taking a little step back because of you got some work stuff going on. That's some of the other shows that you're not on quite as much, but you're still on them. It's just a matter of, everybody, you got to rebalance and refocus on some things. And trust me, I get it. But we're really glad that you took the time to come on here today. So thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Hi, chat.
And look who we got. The crazy one. Oh my gosh. The always opinionated. Demoflow Gaming. What is up, buddy? How you doing?
Hey there, how you doing, man? Glad to be back here. Always a pleasure, man. You are one of the legends. You know what I mean? Hey, he's with Dave, the elder god. Y'all already know, man, of the Xbox community. And, I'm surrounded by greatness, man. Hargeet, bro. My right hand, left hand, and left feet. You know what I'm saying? He's always around. Love having him around. And, pleasure to be here also with the Blue Number. And, just happy to be here. I'm super excited. We have the crazy week of gaming, and it's going to get even crazier with all these rumors and everything we can talk about today. So super excited. Let's go. Oh,
yeah. Thanks again. And you're right for that. Good old Fonz and Colt on last week's show for, I guess, or week before last, I guess it was when they had Fonz on Colt's show. And he made his comments about me being an older gentleman, which I'm a little older than he is. But needless to say, his one or two jokes about saying I fell asleep in meetings and shit, which wasn't true. But oh my God, did I get blown up? And you'd think it was Tim Dog falling asleep during a conference. No, it didn't happen. Holy Jesus. It was so funny and absolutely hilarious. But thanks, Colt and Ben, Mag, and Fonz for that. Hey, Dave, the old guy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, of course, if you haven't noticed, welcome to the show, everybody. And yes, so I lowered the price of gifted memberships. It's now just $1. That's it. That's all there is to it. and so gifted is not $5, it's $1. So it's awesome. So your money goes further here at the Gamers Council. Because my point is to get more people we have as members of the community. Hargeet, you ready to read some? Then it's gonna be fun that way. And with that, we have quite a few little.
First,
here we go. Yep,
we have this thing from Adidas.
Hey,
$2. Salute to all. Subscribe to That Blue Number. Yes, it's in the description if you want the link. Go and subscribe to Holly's channel. Absolutely.
Yep. And demos and Hargeet's. Yeah. And if you want to subscribe to this one, go ahead. But yes, Holly is really putting in the work.
I'm trying.
BT Maverick gifts the first set of 10 WebDave memberships. Thank you so much, BT Maverick. Shout out to BT Maverick. He was hanging around with us. He was helping us out during the Fan Fest.
It was great.
Sauron Grant, RC Polygons, Verb-Based Brizzle, Andrew, Malcolm Xlax 3, RSJ Fan 05, and Ray all got the first set.
Ray.
And then hold on, there's more. OG,
two more sets.
Lock, then Weapon X, Portal Player. I think that's all the first ones. Yes, that's the first ones. Then we got more.
And more. Just dropped.
We've got Fark You. How's it going, buddy?
Fark You.
Gifted 10.
Love Fark You.
And let me go back to that set. And here we go. Anonymous Boss, Donnie B, Julian Johnson, Sir Riffs a Lot, Remake Station 5, Eli, and then a little bit lower, Elkins Guy, Cesar Cavazos, Enzo, One Punch Jedi. I think that's all those ones. Yeah. All right, and then we have more.
I just saw Nick Marseille come up in the list of. I'm sorry.
Bram Stroker, aka
thanks, Fark You. Thanks a lot, Fark You.
Poor Dave.
10 memberships.
Just kidding.
Voidlock, Polybaba, Crazy Coach is back. Canuck. Shrek plus Mike Wazowski, the Black Viking. How's it going, man? Breris and more. Yep. Donnie Leap, Richard Spencer, Seth Garfinkel, Seth Monster, Incredible BLK. I think that's that set. And of course, we keep getting more. So,
God bless you guys.
Okay, and then we have Spartan.
No, thank you, Spartan.
Wow, memberships 20. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm gonna have to go back a bit and find that one. There it is. Okay.
Hi, Ray.
Benjamin Amaro, I think, Gummy, Lone Wolf, Scott Neath, Ben Millard, Golf Dad 68, Phoenix Moon, King Styles, Cisco Rogue, let's see, Queen Blueface, RRJR 1017, Jigga J. Let me scroll down a bit more. Jamal Lee, The Budster, Anthony Roberts, Trays, Maxi Coleman, Nick Marseille. Okay. I don't know if that really is Nick Marseille. Bobby Singh, Dr. Dry Rub, and
Holly, thank you.
I think that's the end.
I was really trying to help
BT
Maverick out. Sorry, BT. I tried. He was like,
all right, and then
memberships for me.
And then we got Game Seeker, who also drops 5. Thank you. And those go to Best Hockey Girl, Dat IT Guy, Charles Freeman, Bruno Lopez, Silver Lab Guy. I think that might be the end of those. And then we got even more. Holy crap, this just keeps going. Ray, 5 memberships.
Thanks, Ray.
Thanks, Ray. They go to Xbox Expansion Pass.
Hey, Luke Laura.
How's it going, Luke? Saint Reborn 311, Scott Woodford, Dave, and I think that's all of those. I don't see any other ones. So, all right, and then we have And we have Holly. That blue number gives 5
Thanks, Holly.
memberships.
Very sweet of
I
you.
don't
Thank
even know how
you.
you say that one. UXAS. Darkseed. Vic El Gambino. Unknown user. Nice. Rody Revenge. And then XLEC16X. So I don't know. LDC16X. I think that's it. I think.
There you go.
Well, that was
There
the
you
show,
go.
everybody.
Yay,
Congratulations.
thanks for being here. I did get a message for last week's show saying, why do you have to read off all the names? And maybe we're gonna rethink that in the future. But it's for now. We appreciate. Well, at least gonna read off the people that give them and make sure they get thanked. And yes, I had to star that one too. So yeah, we'll go ahead and read that one, Hargeet.
Nice, BT. All right, BT Maverick 707. I may or may not have seen Fonz pushing around WEBDAVE in a wheelchair. I can confirm, no.
Yeah, because I want a scooter, motherfucker. Just kidding. It's got to have a chair, bitch. I'm just kidding.
We should
Just
play
kidding.
what do we call it? P-Lumps themes.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Oh, P-Lamp's not here yet. Oh gosh, I played it too early. Just kidding. You know, we're having fun. That's all that matters. Yay. God. But anyway, thanks you all for being here. Thank you all so much. And no, we're not leaving. I'm just thanking everybody. Goodness. So yeah, so we have 150 people here putting up with our shenanigans, and thanks. We appreciate that so much. Well, let's get into the first topic, Hargeet. I think this is just it's a quick one, just to kind of get as more people pile in. But yeah, so Nintendo Switch is officially the fastest selling system ever. Within less than 2 weeks, 3.5 million units sold. Now, that's not shipped, Sony. That's sold units out the door. Just saying, just to be clear. All right, then. So, guys, thanks, Ray. We'll get to those in a minute, Ray. Thanks. We're gonna have to come. We're gonna keep the show going, but we'll get to that. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. So you know what's going on. All right. So yes. All right. So Holly, what are your thoughts on Switch 2? Did you get one? Were you one of the people that bought one? No.
I did. Yeah,
Me
I
too.
did. I bought the Switch 1 right when it came out. I had to buy it off of Craigslist, and I met the guy at Walgreens, right? Because they were just sold out everywhere. I didn't pay that much for markup because I wouldn't pay
something in my trunk for you, lady.
Exactly. I would not pay like more than like $50 for scalpers. Like I'm like $50, okay, fine, right? But more than that, I'm just like, no, I can wait. So I've had it since day one, basically. It's old. It still works, but I didn't think 450 for. So the problem with it is that I don't think 450 was a bad price for a new console. I just don't. Right. Sure, it's underpowered compared to the beefier guys, right? But that's okay because I use my Nintendo for Nintendo games, and that's it. I don't necessarily care about the others unless unless I wind up traveling a little bit more, and maybe I'll take this with some additional games, but I doubt it. Because I have the Ally for that, right? But I bought it, and I bought the Mario Kart bundle because I didn't want to pay $80 for any game of any console or any platform. So getting it with the bundle doesn't feel so bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I bought it. It's interesting though, I think, because it's the most underwhelming Nintendo launch I feel like I can remember in a long time. But yet clearly everybody bought one.
Yeah.
I just feel like it's like, I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and they were like, oh, it sucks. It's going to be like the Switch U. And I was like, no, the problem is that like it took this long to get the Switch 2. They're not gonna just wipe this off in like 3 years and be like, never mind, right? We'll bring something else out. This is it for like the next 8 years or something like that from Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
So it's either get this now or play with your Switch, which is probably fine for for a few years here, a couple years, right? The regular Switch 1 is probably going to be okay enough, but there's no other Nintendo console coming for a very, very long time. So while it may feel underwhelming, at least to me, it just felt like the launch was a little underwhelming. Like this is the next Nintendo. You're going to get it, whether it's now or later. And what we saw with all the other consoles is that prices are only going up, not going down. So, and Nintendo is notorious for not lowering the prices. So I don't necessarily see this becoming like a bargain deal in 2 years or 3 years or whatever. Switch to OLED is probably next, is absolutely probably true.
Yep.
But that's going to be 3 or 4 years down the road, I would say, I would imagine, right? Because they want to sell as many of these as they can before they do the next. So there you go. It's a Nintendo and it's here.
Yep.
There you go. Do you agree with Spartan said?
Yeah. What?
Yeah, that
Talking
number
facts?
talking facts.
Talking facts. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then Epic Treasure. There we go. There we go. What read that, Hargeet?
Wait, Holly has the same nails as the victim on Dexter episode. Oh boy.
No, I don't.
Looks good though.
Thank you.
I'm sure she was giving it as a compliment. I'm sure.
I struck your killer.
She says Ice Killer episode. There you go. There you go.
Wait, original Dexter or the new reborn Dexter?
Oh, I don't know.
That's the key.
That it could be crucial. I love them. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Awesome. All right, Demo, buddy. Did you succumb to the Switch 2 by Nintendo, or did you steadfast against it, or were you part of the problem? I'm just kidding.
Of course, I'm not going to be part of the problem, man. Listen, I got way too many games to play on Game Pass and on Steam. I got 250 games and plus sitting there on my Epic Games account that I haven't even touched because I honestly don't have the time. And they've been games that I've been claiming for free through a couple of years. So, my collection is ever growing, and it's just like I really don't need another system to play more games. I mean, and to add more. What's more is like, I'm just happy where I am right now, and I'm when I go outside, I'm literally focused on what I need to be doing. Like either I'm working or I'm driving. Look, sadly in my city, like public transportation sucks, so you have to drive. And even if I didn't have to drive, with the way things are going in these streets, I don't think that I will be out there sitting in a train just looking at a portable console. You gotta stand on your 10 toes, and you gotta be alert, right? And aware of your surroundings. So I mean, this is not for me, Switch.
Yeah.
But I can see a lot of people buying into it. A lot of people like, of course, Nintendo's being a legendary, right? Gaming console, and the games are also amazing. But it's just like, not for me, honestly. I do have my Super Nintendo collection though, which is like one of my favorite. I think that's my favorite Nintendo console. That one on the 6.4. Everything after that, I was probably too old for it. I was thinking about other things like clubbing, hanging out. You know what I mean? Doing grown-up stuff. And my kid face sort of like, I went over. So now I look for more mature stuff. But that's just my taste. That doesn't mean that one day I grab my Super Nintendo and play some Donkey Kong. I mean, it happens here and there, right? Especially when you have people over, right? You got a Super Nintendo, shit. Let's turn it on and see what you got in there. We play some Killer Instinct, some Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Super Nintendo stuff. And it's just amazing. But now, I mean, with the current state of gaming and how many games we're getting, it'll be like, like me throwing away the money. And I do also have the Oculus Quest, which I play games in there too. So I have 3 systems: my Xbox, my console, my PC, and my Nintendo, and my Oculus. So it's like, how many more do I need? It's like, too much. But I do respect people who get in it, and they like those type of games. Power to you. Enjoy what you have, man. What can I say?
There you go. There you go. Very well said. I would say as well. So Hargeet, I know you have one because we both picked ours up before we got on a plane that night before. Look at it. Yeah, look at it. Ooh, pretty.
Little come in.
You want to know
I
something?
absolutely have one.
Hargeet is a scalper. He always get this stuff first. He even got that 30th
No,
anniversary PlayStation 5 Pro. Come on, Hargeet.
Yeah,
you got
I
collections
ordered that and
behind
I got it
places.
online. And I was able to get in and get it. It's still sitting here. I'm
So-
waiting to sell it, but nobody wants to buy it because PlayStation sucks.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Why?
Oh my goodness.
it is what it is, man. Nobody wants to buy that shit. So
That's so funny. So funny.
but anyways, so I definitely got it. I stood in line at Best Buy and picked it up. I had pre-ordered it, so I got it. It was actually like 4th or 5th in line. It wasn't. It was too bad. I went there at like 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock.
Right.
So it wasn't too bad at all.
Nice.
But either way, yeah, I have it. It's and Mario Kart World is actually really good. It's pretty good. But I think what happens is as the games start coming out, like we were on demo with C Money and Doodle, and C Money's like he watched the direct for Donkey Kong Bonanza. He's like, I want to buy it. He was adamantly against it. No, I'm not going to get a Switch 2. And then he's like, I want to play Donkey Kong though. So
Are they?
Like that's going to happen.
Is
the way it goes,
Donkey Kong? Sorry, is Donkey Kong Switch 2 only?
It is Switch 2 only.
Yeah, the new one, yeah.
At least as I'm aware, from what I understand, it is Switch 2 only, and so it is coming out next month.
So question, is that a Nintendo Switch for real? Are you sure that's a Nintendo Switch from Nintendo? Because he doesn't play the older games, right? So
What do you mean?
according to people, the Rogue Ally is not an Xbox because he won't be able to play Xbox games. So I wonder is
No,
that
this plays Switch
sort
1
of
games.
logic
Yeah, they
applies?
play Switch 1 games. It plays Switch 1.
This
It's
plays
backwards
Switch 1 games.
compatible.
This is
The
fully backwards compatible.
Nintendo Switch 2 is backwards
Not
compatible.
every game.
Yeah,
No.
I mean they're
Not-
working out bugs here and there, but by and large, it
Yeah.
runs them.
Yeah, there's a few that won't play. Like
Yeah.
the
And then
VR
there's some that are
cardboard
locked
thing.
to like the Labo or whatever, like that.
Yeah,
that
the cardboard thing.
It's like, yeah, okay, well, whatever.
Yep.
So some cases where it just won't work, but most of the games are there. Like I've loaded up the games that I haven't played yet from the Switch 1, right? I kind of left. I'm like, I'll wait till the Switch 2 comes out, and I've installed them. They're there, and it takes the cartridge, or if you have it download from their shop, it works fine. So, but either way, yeah, I absolutely
They
have
got rid of the
Switch 2. Look,
vouchers though, right?
yeah,
Didn't
they didn't get rid of the vouchers. It's for Switch 2 games. They did. Switch 1 games, you can still do it. But Switch 2 games, yeah, you can't do the voucher thing. For those who don't know, you can buy a $100 voucher and get 2 games. So $50 for each game. That is not viable for the new model. So and I don't know if they're going to replace it or not. Roshan Eppinger at WebDave YouTube is acting up. It was showing that I wasn't subbed and couldn't chat. I checked my history and I subbed June 23.
Huh.
That's weird.
But I guess you unsubscribed, resubscribed, and you're because obviously you're in the chat. That's the only stipulation. And people ask why I do that, but that's A, it gets us a sub, but 2, it also helps prevent people that are just coming in to make stupid comments and running. If you have a little bit of a paper trail, as it were, if they're actually subbed to the channel, so it helps us keep track of the stupid people that are out there. So not that you are, but I'm just saying that's why we do it. So.
Yeah, I also just traded in my Switch 1s, my original Switches. I have 3 of them, and I got $300-ish for them. Like original, like way back, the original one that came out.
Yeah.
I had that one. I had like the light, and then I had the OLED. And so then I traded all those in and got $300, which wasn't as good as the original deal where you could trade up towards the Switch 2, but it wasn't bad. So they had an extra 20% bump in your trade-in value. So
Yeah.
okay, cool. Let's do that. So I did that at GameStop. I don't know if I'm gonna like use that or not. I have that plus the I'd gotten $420 for a Series X before they bumped the price up, so I got that as a trade-in value for a box that I bought for $350. So, but either way, so I have that credit with them, and I'm like, maybe that's enough to get a ROG Ally. I could get the new Xbox ROG Ally if they sell it through every store. So now I have enough in just credit with GameStop to be able to pick it up. But I was otherwise thinking, hey, there's a bunch of games coming out that I want to buy. I could just buy it from them.
Have you checked to see how much they're giving for the Ally, the Ally that we have?
The normal original ROG Ally, I think was like 300-ish, 250, 300 range.
That's pretty good, I guess.
That's not GameStop, by the way. That you'd have to do somewhere else. GameStop doesn't.
GameStop doesn't take them in.
It's a Best Buy only device. And I don't know if they
or on this
start taking
WebDAVE.
them or not, but but
I don't know. Go ahead.
It's just like my interest in the Xbox Ally is dependent on if I could resell or get rid of my first one. You know what I mean? And get some money, good enough money back.
Well, I think if you put it up relatively in like the next couple of months and sold it before the other came out, then
probably a better trade-in.
Well, or at least even if you sold it online to somebody, eBay or whatever. Where I sold some systems there before that, worked out pretty good. Just to, I guess, unload it and then bank that money until what you want comes out. Because people there's always somebody that's he's like, why would they want the old one when you get the new one? Well, they can afford the old one now and can't afford the new one at that price, and they still want to get into the ecosystem. And even then, someday there may be an update to the current system to where it at least has some of the advantages that the new systems are going to have, even if it won't be as powerful. So as far as the integration and stuff, but who knows? That's all still kind of.
So I'm looking right now, 265. Do you have the Z1 Extreme one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So 265. You can trade it in, get $265.
Oh, you probably sell on eBay for like $350.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
So
okay.
You can even put in there. We'll send an autographed picture along with my console. They'll probably would buy that. I know FarQ would buy one in a heartbeat from you. He's like, stop it. I'm just kidding, FarQ. But you deserved it. No, I'm just kidding. FarQ is awesome. He's
amazing.
He is. In fact, the image of you on our thumbnail with as a Jedi is all due to FarQ. FarQ is the one that master manipulated that Jedi pose. So, because that's the way.
Dave.
What, FarQ? I'm just kidding with you, buddy. Uh-huh. Yeah, much love too, FarQ. Much love. I'm sure I'm going to get a message here in a little bit with some kind of God knows what picture put on what. Mm-hmm. See how you are. I'm just kidding. We do appreciate your finally talented things that you do. So okay, so yeah. Sorry. So let's move on because that obviously good deal, good for them, good for gaming. Yeah, I'm fired up tonight. You're right. I'm excited. I did an interview earlier.
Oh yeah. So as far as the 3.5 million, right? That was the whole question. And I mean, like, do we not expect that Nintendo's going to sell? I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
So everybody looks at like the Wii U and thinks that is the standard bearer of Nintendo. It's like, dude, that was one console out of every generation.
Yeah.
Where they've sold umpteen millions of consoles every time otherwise. So it's like you can't expect Nintendo to fail, especially when a portable is involved. Like, which one of their portables failed? Like, one of them maybe. And again, it was probably just a messaging stupidity. Like, I think there was one that came out with a very high price, and then they changed the price, and that fixed the problem, right? It was something like that. And it wasn't this one. I mean, like, it was one of the DSs, like a 2DS or something. I don't know, something like that. But yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
so I fully expect it to sell a bunch. It's, is it going to hit 150 million? No. But is it going to hit like 100 million? It's possible. It'll sell.
Yeah, and some people were complaining that maybe it didn't have more. It should have had more bigger support at the beginning. But I think next month is the Donkey Kong, and the next couple of months, I think they're going to clear it, right? On the holiday season, when it becomes the holiday, I think there's probably going to be some big game announcements.
They should have a showcase coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, they'll have a showcase coming up. Usually they have one in like July, right? Something like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get one soon enough. They'll tell us what their fall lineup is, and it's going to have a lot of games, I'm sure.
Oh yeah.
So there's going to be a lot of fun stuff there.
It'll be heavily in demand this Christmas.
There's already several first-party games, and there's several third-party games, and so if people want it, they can buy it. So, but like when it came out with the Switch 1, it was Zelda, right? The cross-gen Zelda Breath of the Wild. That was the game, and most people wanted to play it on the Switch instead of the Wii U, right? So,
yep,
that's the way it is, right? So,
true that.
Nintendo will be fine.
Yeah.
So can you define for me what badly is for GameCube? Yeah.
Did it say what the PlayStation 2 did? No, but that doesn't mean it is so good.
So, and that's always the problem. Like, everybody compares like Xbox to PlayStation or Nintendo. Is Xbox ever going to sell 150 million consoles? No, but they don't need to.
They don't have to, right?
GameCube did not fail miserably enough that they said we're leaving the console market. They came up with a Wii after that, and it it was the winner of the generation, right? Whether it won as far as the like mindset, probably not, but as far as number of units sold, it won that generation. So like whatever, GameCube still sold enough. It did well enough. And 64 again, it was a disappointment for them. I think it was, what was it, like 35 million, something like that console sold. That's still a lot of consoles.
It is. It is. Oh goodness, there's a couple from JMac we probably should read real quick, just because.
Shout out to the Gamers Console Podcast. Salute at WebDave, Hargeet, Chani, ThatBlueNumber, Demoflow Gaming. Salute panel. Great hashtag Graybeards in the building. Holly doesn't have gray beard.
Not yet.
He
No
wasn't
beard.
called her
Not
gray
yet.
beard.
There's no beard at all and no gray hairs. Jay, shout out to the chat. Great to see everyone. Hashtag Graybeards in the building, except Holly.
Just Holly. Yeah. Okay. All right. We've defined that Holly is young and youthful and beautiful. So there we go. Oh my goodness. All righty then. As Demo goes away and shows his pony picture. I love it.
And Demo is the youngest of all of us. I don't think
Exactly. I
like
think
even
so.
30. Demo, like you're still like in your 20s or something.
That picture is hilarious.
It
Oh
is.
my gosh.
That is a good one. Oh my goodness. My goodness. So yeah. So wow. Welcome to the show, everybody. If you want to, you can subscribe to the channel. It's only to become a member is $1. To subscribe is free. So we do appreciate the subscription. We're on the road to 4K on subscribers, trying to get there. Hopefully, we're trying to get there by the end of the year. We'll see what happens. But you know, that's what we want to do is continue to grow. But with amazing panel like we have tonight, it's going to be easy to get there because these guys are awesome. Just saying. Just saying. We have over 250 people here watching us now from YouTube, on X, and one person on Twitch. God bless you for always being here. Is it? And don't and don't forget to like look at it. Thanks, Epic Treasure, who is amazing. Epic, we need to have you back on again. Let me know when you're available because we would love to have you back on in the future. So you just let me know when you want to be on. So, and we'll make room for you always. So yeah, but yeah, it's some crazy stuff going on. We have a lot of little things we can go on. The tickers going across as far as some things to talk about. So, wow. What do you want to where do you want to go, Hargeet? There's so much. There's so much. I mean, all right. So Demo put up a really good video. I'm gonna pull that up real quick. And shout out to Demoflow, who's actually on the panel tonight. Hello, Demo. What are you doing, buddy? Salute, sir. Salute. Let me add this one. There we go. So you put out a tweet, which is accompanied by your video that you put up, and there's a little tease on here on this, and we're going to go ahead and just we'll play that. So a new video alert, which you have as Sony PlayStation fanboys lose their head over next gen Xbox, and of course link in the full description below, which is awesome. Definitely you want to click on and watch that video. Is damn good. And here's a little sample of that here that we'll play. Great job editing too, by the way, Demo. Good job. Make sure I get the volume up. There we go. All right, here we go.
If you're a PlayStation fan, you want games, and we're going to get, I know we're going to get the great games. I know.
We're focused on consistently delivering at least one tentpole title per year.
Not like this. Too late.
This is amongst the strongest runs of games in the history of the console, actually. And the only reason people don't give a shit in some of the parts of the core is because it doesn't come from Sony Studios.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
They said, let it burn. Let it burn. Let it.
Not locked to a single store.
Let it burn.
According to Windows Central, Jason Ronald is part of the new cuts at Microsoft. This comes a day after Soderburn announced the budget Windows PC and end of physical media for next generation Xbox. Ouch! Hashtag Xbox. Hashtag Xbox Showcase.
Demoflow Gaming here, back at it again with another video. Thank you guys so much for coming through. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel, man. This is what Sony PlayStation fanboys been doing, bro. they've been lying to the masses. So they got the nerve now to say that Jason Ronald got fired over the new Xbox PC hybrid next generation console that Xbox is working on.
Yep.
If you're
So yeah, great job, by the way. And that's just everybody needs to watch the full video on your site. I'd highly recommend you watch it. Very good on the editing, and then very talented. You are doing some really good work. You're doing God's work when it comes to the gaming community. Oh my goodness. So yeah, so Colin and some other members of the community were absolutely losing their mind. They just don't get it. I think they understand it. It's painfully obvious that I don't want to say the end is near. I don't want to say it's not doom and gloom. It's just a matter of it's not what they're laying out. It's not what they're expected. Sony doesn't have their back anymore like they used to. I mean, let's be honest. Hargeet, I'm going to go to you first on this. I'm going to pull up another clip here in a second, but I'm going to let you you get your feelings about this, and what do you think about this? It's the ponies are in denial, and it's a total meltdown, and a lot of lies coming our way. Your thoughts?
Look, are there more games these days? Absolutely. But look, it's a question of narratives, right? In the last generation, with Xbox One, we had fewer first party. We had a lot of third party, right? And so we were told as Xbox gamers, why are you playing on Xbox? There's no games. Hey, Xbox has no games. They have no games. I'm like, okay, well, but I'm playing games though. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm playing games. What do you think these are? They're not games, but no. But if they're not first party, they're not games. Oh, okay. All right. Well, you know what? Now those nice little words that you guys had can go right back in your face. Go ahead and give me your first party games. What do you got? Go ahead. Bring it. What do you got? The ones you canceled? What do you got? Bring it. Oh, you don't have any games now? Okay. Too bad. So now you want to talk about third party games. Okay. I see. That's exactly what is going on, right? And now they're all pissed off and they're buying what games on their console? What are the massive amounts of games they're buying? Oh, they're buying Xbox games? They're buying Xbox games on their PlayStation. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's nice. But we have no games. That's what I'm told. We have no games. Okay, sure. Fair enough. This is the world they're in, right? So fine. They sell console units. I'm sure you can play console unit sales. I'm sure there's a game called console unit sales, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's very popular. Game of the year contender, console unit sales. Right? Oh, you don't get to play that? Oh, okay. Enjoy playing that.
Yeah, exactly. Ridiculous. It's so. Oh man, I don't know. Demo, you made the video, and kudos to you. Your thoughts, man. What are you thinking about all this this pony derangement syndrome?
Yeah, pony pandemonium, man, all over. All I gotta say, man, the videos that I make are not intended for console war. It's just a way of clapping back, right?
Yeah.
The console warrior, Sony PlayStation fanboy in this case, that they just been talking shit. There's no other way to put it. This is what they're saying. They create false rumors. As soon as Xbox got some good piece of news, they'll come over here and try to turn everything around. We've seen them now talking about, like the minute that Xbox showed that they have a handheld in the works, now Sony PlayStation has a handheld in the works, and so on and so forth. It's just like, wild to me that these rumors just pop, after Xbox came and announced their partnership with AMD. Now, here's the thing, though. This is all the things that they wished that happens to us, and by us, I mean every gamer. Because let's keep it real, what Sony PlayStation does with the games does not really benefit any of us. Keeping games locked away from other players is not fun. We want all these games to be everywhere so that we all can play and connect. Because at the end of the game, at the end of the day, gaming is a social aspect of life now. Like we could say this is like almost as back in the day playing dominoes was back in the day. It was a social spot that you would go to a park or something, and and then form a group of people and leagues, and this is like social environment for you. So now with technology advancing, the gaming is becoming more mainstream. So of course, Sony PlayStation fanboys, they fill their mouth with a bunch of bollocks, and they love to say that, like, spread the misinformation. Like, we see it all the time. Like, the portable device that Xbox is working on is like being canceled. We got to know, or put on ice, right? And then we have another journalist or high profile pony coming on and saying that he's been canceled. It's been completely erased. And then we got, Sarabon and, Phil Spencer and Xbox, Microsoft in general. They just came out right away, like, to kill all the bullshit that people have been talking around, and it just feels like, okay, they had to come outside and say something, because like everybody in all these, like, Sony PlayStation fanboy channels, they do have a lot of viewers. And, Sony PlayStation in general is one of the biggest brands when it comes to, like, the social media presence. Like, everybody talks about PlayStation. Even OnlyFans models, they use the PlayStation to lure people. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it is a reality. Like, people who don't really give a damn about gaming, they have a PlayStation. You know what they got these PlayStations for? They don't have it to play. They have it, like, to say that I have a PlayStation to play around or whatever. But what I'm trying to say here is, man, all the bad things that they wished on us, there is happening to them. No first party output for years. They getting it right now. Increasing prices of PS Plus without putting quality content or improving the quality of the service still going on. So it's just like a sad situation on Sony PlayStation. And I think the Sony PlayStation hardcore fanboy, he deserved, he deserved this, so that they could open the eyes and see that there's more beyond the plastic box. Okay, so what Xbox is trying to do right now, they're not trying to be Xbox, the box. They're trying to be a thing. They're trying to be a world. They're trying to be like a metaverse out there. That this is what they're trying to do. They're trying to, like, spread all over their devices so that they keep connected, with your friends and your games. That's a beautiful thing. So just the fact that they hating on it, and you are getting people on Twitter saying Xbox got no games to this day. It's just crazy. It's just like something that really, really is getting old. And it's like, bro, like, what are you doing? And also, it's like, it's not about where you play. It's about being smart with your money too, right? So this is why I make these videos. It's just to, call out the hypocrisy of Sony PlayStation, fanboys. At the end of the day, like it happens, with the Switch and Hargeet, that he got so much love for the Switch. When you are presented with something you like, you are gonna go ahead and drop the money on it because you really want to do it. So that's just like a matter of preference at that point. And some of the times they make fun of people, like, in a bad way, like, oh, you're broke, or broke pass. They they give it like a stupid little names that are like, okay, like, I'm not dumb like you. I love having money to do other things besides playing video games, because at the end of the day, this is not everything that we do, and we have other responsibilities. I'm pretty sure y'all have other things to that you'd rather spend the money on, like, filling your cart with gas, going out to eat, because $70, that's easily a meal or two, and Applebee's or something, and I don't know, bro. It's just like kind of weird for them to be asking and demanding developers and publishers to charge you more, to keeping people excluded from different games. And it's just like a weird situation over there at Sony PlayStation. So they suck. I'm not saying that all these people who own a Sony PlayStation suck. I'm saying these dumbass fanboys that we seen on Twitter, yeah, they literally suck. And that's the reality, man. They just out here trying to make people who, righteously have an Xbox for whatever reason. Most of these people who have an Xbox, they probably a kid who doesn't even work, and you calling a kid poor just because mom, that's all they can afford. That's in my head. That's kind of fucked up. Like,
it is.
I'm not gonna lie. It makes me feel some type of way, because we all go through situations where you have a lot of money and you have very little money. Whoever got money want more, and he can stop. Otherwise, he stop having money. And the one who doesn't have money, he just want more. And everybody wants more at the end of the day. So it's just a matter of being smart with how you play. That's it.
Yeah, agreed. For sure. Holly, your thoughts on this? Is fanboyism just too rampant? Does everybody need to take a chill pill? What do you think? Is it a driving force, or is it just all duck and cover?
Personally, Personally, I think console warring is extremely silly and childish just on the whole. And, like, I have no problem with the idea of, like, you have your favorite sports team and you kind of cheer them on and it's all friendly, like ribbing and all of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's fun. The problem is that these dudes on Twitter take it way too seriously, and it's just weird. Honestly, it's really weird. Like, the ones writing like the goofy things, like, why do you let them trigger you? Like, it's back and forth, right? Like you say some weird stuff, but do I need to engage with that? I don't, because it's silly and it's just playing into what they want. It's just and honestly, since the Xbox community has kind of basically gone through the 12 stages of grief in the last year or so, right?
Yep.
With having everything go multi-plat, and if you don't think everything is going multi-plat still, you really need to read the room, because everything is going multi-plat. It kind of makes console warriors even look sillier after you've gone through all of that. Well, whatever, right? Like, I'm still playing the games that I want to play, and I have Game Pass to do that. Or Sony, well, whatever, like, Xbox guys can say that, they're providing us with all of their games, whatever, I can still play your games, that kind of thing. It's just, I don't know. I'm not like it. I went through the, like, well, what does this mean for my platform and for my future as a gamer on Xbox with my library? At first, that was the most important thing to me, like, beyond the silly, like, gentle ribbing that it used to be and not anymore, was, what does that mean for me and my library? Because that could be a huge problem if they stop making consoles and I have no way to access my game. And at that point, I said to myself, I have no idea where this is going, but even if Xbox did stop making consoles, at the time, I didn't know what the plan forward would be. I said, there's no way that they would just cut everybody off from a purchased library and have no way to access it, even if they stop making these things. I don't know what it is, but they would have to figure out something. And now we're seeing all of that come to fruition, right? So everybody needs to get over it. and don't worry about what some asshat on Twitter is saying about some silly thing that's clearly not true, because all they're trying to do is just get into a debate with people. And, like, it's kind of like bacteria. The more you feed it, the bigger it grows, right? So you just move on and let it ride and ignore it all and just worry about what games you're playing and how you're playing them. That's it.
Yeah, there you go. I agree with that 100%. I mean, yes, it's easy to get caught up into it, and I don't know. I mean, like, the one thing I do like about, like, Dirk Riggedy and Shaun and, like, We Bleed Green and TTS is that they're having fun, and you can tell they're having fun.
That's different.
It's I mean, but man, but they're giving them so much content to have fun with.
Well, like you said, you could tell when somebody's having just a good old joke and a good old laugh, and, like, there's friendly playfulness back and forth, versus when people just get nasty and, like, you know what I mean, a little, like, aggressive and have some emotional instability around some of the stuff that they're saying or doing. That's different, right?
Yeah.
The problem is that we're just in a right now in the world, we're in a place where people have a hard time, like, understanding the difference or interacting in a way that, is healthy.
Agreed. Hargeet, you got anything else you want to say on that?
On the, like, the whole multi-plat thing, I mean, whatever. I always thought it was going to happen anyway, but it was really just a question of when. So I'm not surprised by it happening sooner when they got ABK. Like, that was just kind of like writing on the wall that was going to happen. As far as back compat, like, your PS3 library is still kind of not available to you if you're on a PS4, right? They just cut it off. Done. You will get a PS4. You will have nothing from before. And it sold better than Xbox, right? So I don't know that that's actually something that people look for. I don't know. Xbox was nice enough to say, hey, we're going to give it to you. But that wasn't there. Xbox 360 didn't play Xbox original games. Then they decided, hey, we're going to go add in backwards compatibility after the fact. And then, the Xbox One, they added the backwards compatibility. Was it 3 years later?
Yep.
Right. So they didn't have 360 or Xbox original backwards compatibility. And again, it is at the end of the world. No, I mean, but it's awesome to have. It really is. And the whole digital library thing makes it much more compelling to say, hey, wait a minute, I already bought this digitally. Why can't I just access it? Right. It's just,
right.
And now they even allow, with the current Xbox, at least you can just take your disc and put it in, even from an Xbox original game, put it in your Xbox Series X disc drive and still play it. That's awesome. But what happens going forward, I don't know. The disk drive thing, I think, is gone. I don't think next gen is going to have a disk drive. It just seems like they're pushing more and more digital. So we will see if they even give you an option for a disk drive, right? So if you keep your old games, fine. But I think that's kind of the direction they're going to go, is all digital. As far as accessing back compat, is it a problem? Possibly, right? Because you could still do it. You can absolutely technology-wise do it. It's a licensing question. And this is why I like them saying we're making Xboxes. Because if they say it's an Xbox, I think their license might work.
Right.
So they might be able to take the license with them and say, hey, this Xbox device, whether it's a certified partner device or certified Xbox device, whichever one it is from Microsoft themselves, can bring your catalog back with you from your console side. In the PC world, of course, you can just do whatever you want. You'll go all the way back to DOS. It's still there. You can still make it work.
Yep.
So that's always been there. That's a good and bad of Windows, is it allows you to have compatibility all the way back to the original, right? But that has some downsides in that it has some bloat that's not necessary,
right,
for a lot of people, right? But unfortunately, there are a lot of applications at enterprise levels that do need to run that are kind of old, and so they keep that compatibility there. But anyway, so this is kind of the world that that the PC world's already in. We'll see what they do with it, right? The PlayStation side still has not solved this problem, right? So if you actually want full compatibility with their games, native local, you can do that on PC, which, by the way, will end up working. You can do that today on an Xbox. You can go to dev mode on an Xbox and run the emulators.
You sure can.
Those games. So sadly, you can do more backwards compatibility on an Xbox for PlayStation than you can on PlayStation. But hey, whatever. That's just the way it is, right? So we will see how that all works out. But yeah, I mean, overall, this is just the narratives. They're going to keep coming. You get more and more of these narratives from that side of the aisle as they grapple with the fact that they don't have a lot of games coming out. That Herman Holt said they have one game per year. That's their path. They have one game per year. That's their at least one. And we'll see if they do more. But there's third-party lockdown things. Outside of that, their first party, it's going to be one game. That's kind of the direction, and you're kind of seeing it. That's what they're doing. And the rest of the games are just going to cancel them. And that's what you have. So you have Nintendo that's putting out many games a year. You have Xbox that's putting out many games a year. Xbox also gives you GamePass and says, we don't care where you play. Hey, you want to buy it on a Switch? Fine. You want to buy it on PlayStation? Fine. We don't care. You want to buy it on PC? Fine. You want to buy it on Steam? I don't care. Fine. Buy it. Right. The beauty of their side is they have the big, black hole games. And so they're like, we just make money. We just want to make money. So you can keep buying Call of Duty, make all the microtransaction, sales for us, and we'll take the money. Minecraft keeps going, and Overwatch and all the other Warcraft. It's just they just keep making money. They're like, yep, we'll just take the money. I don't care where it sells; it doesn't matter. We just want to make money. So they have that luxury. They have Big Daddy Microsoft's bank. The others really don't have that. So that's just the way it is. It's too bad. But yeah, and they're going to keep feeling this. They're going to keep feeling this. It's going to get worse. It's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. This was one of their down years for the June showcase. Down years. It's still a 9 out of 10 showcase. And this is one of their down years. Okay. Next year is going to be insanity.
You know what I really will be disappointed with Microsoft, though, is if now that they have this full multi-plat strategy and they're raising full prices to $80, if after all of that, then we also see them raise Game Pass prices, which I know was a rumor, right?
It's coming.
But but then you're just like, well, someday is fine. But if someday is a year or two from now is fine, right? But it's just kind of well, hold on a minute. I know you spent a lot of money on Activision, but You've got all these games coming out now. They're on every platform. You're selling games from a couple years ago now on PlayStation, selling very well on PlayStation, making all of this money. You raise the price of games $10, but now you also need more Game Pass money too. Wasn't the point of going multi-plat to be able to offset some of those costs for Game Pass?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see when they do it, but I'm just expecting it'll
I
happen.
understand I understand year over year, right? Prices to things cost more, people need more wages, all of the things. But we just had a price increase last summer, right?
Yeah. I don't see one
I
coming
think they've
soon.
done it.
Some
I think
people
they've
see
done
it.
it like a couple of years in a row, haven't they? I think they've been increasing the price like the last, was it like 3 years in a row? It just
Right.
keeps
But it
going
was a
up.
lot of years where it was the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they introduced a new tier,
And I
right?
would
They got rid
and
of
I
another
would
tier.
and I would honestly you rather just make it a bigger bump 1 year and leave it stable for like 2 or 3 years than to just every like the Netflix
Right.
thing is really annoying, right? Just
Yes.
like stop.
Yeah, it'd be nice if they
too
like
much.
just did it per gen or something. But
Right.
here's the problem: even generations are going away, right? With the new
Right.
model, there's no generations anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a generation's a long time to try to lock in a singular price, right? Or offer a discount for a yearly. Why in the ding dang all get out can you not get a year of Game Pass Ultimate for like 10% off or something like that, or even just a year period without any discount, as long as you can just buy the year in advance and not have the subscription.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead,
It's
Demo.
getting harder to get those lower discount
Mhm.
codes on the sites.
It is.
The cheapest I saw was like 11 something per month.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's getting harder to find.
Yeah. So I'm definitely expecting an increase in price with Game Pass, and I believe this is gonna happen when they unify Windows and Xbox into one thing, because I think this is gonna be the future. This is exactly what they're doing. They merging Windows and Xbox to make it one gaming platform. If you listen to what was it like Sarah Bun, what she had to say during the announcement, she kept saying that let's make Windows the biggest gaming platform. So I think that when they unify this operating system and they integrate it into the newer consoles and the newer devices, I think when everything comes full circle and everything start making sense, I think they're gonna go for the price increase. And those people like me or like many who got PC Game Pass, I do have Ultimate, but the people who are like literally enjoying PC Game Pass for, I think it's like $13-12 a month, which is like a great bargain. Like nobody can deny that's such a great deal. Like if you own PC and you don't have PC Game Pass, bro, I don't know what the hell you're doing. But honestly, I can see it happening. Now, how big of an increase is it gonna be? We got no idea, right? But I'm expecting at least $1 of increase. Now, I agree with that blue number. I don't like this shit. Keep this away from me, because at the end of the day, like she said, like they're making already enough money, and it just like greedy. But then again, we knew this. Microsoft is gonna be greedy. Sony is gonna be greedy. This is why we don't blindly support these people. We also get in here and call out the bullshit as well. That we're not
Yep.
blind. We understand, but we understand. And by me saying this is not defending them, but I have no wishes on defending anybody. We also understand the value that they're given, which is like something like, if you think about it, it's like when they increase the price, it's gonna be okay. Shit, like I want to complain, but they also like give me Call of Duty every year. They drop 12 first party months. They do all these Game Pass stuff with free to play games. They added multiple games a week and month, weekly. Like it's crazy, and so they giving it so much that it just like makes sense for somebody like me who loves to explore gaming, right? Because I know there's different types of gamers. There's people out there who are completionists and all that. I'm not that type of person. I'm the person who plays a game, and when I'm having fun, I play it. When I'm not, I drop it and move on. And even if I'm having fun, I move on, because I don't want to be stuck playing one game forever. And you can call me a whore whatever. But I'm not gonna be stuck on one game with this many goodies out there. So much candy, right? And I'm gonna stick to like one. Like, get out of here. So it's just like I spend more on Netflix than I spend on Game Pass, and and Game Pass is almost used for me.
Yep.
It's the one that I use the most. I barely watch Netflix. I don't be into TV. The girlfriend is literally for my lady. I don't really watch that shit. I'd rather be playing a game. But if you think about it as a gamer, it makes sense for me to spend this type of money. But then we got the question of like, how much is it too much? And when is it that it's gonna go beyond that threshold of of what we can afford and push us out of the service. So this is also a problem. So in my opinion, they have to stay affordable, and if they want to be as big, they cannot become Gucci. They have to keep being Reebok, if you feel me. They have to be Fila. They can be, but at the same time give us the same quality. So I don't know. Hey, this is not our problem, right? Our problem if it gets too expensive. But like we don't really gotta worry how they make their money. That's just the way I see it. Now, I don't want a price increase, baya, like we said, like in in Spanish countries. But, we don't want that shit. But it is what it is, man. Shout out to Abdel, man. I see you, homie. What's up?
Facts, Demo. Facts. Exactly. Just not to pause the show, but just to
let's get these out of the way.
Yeah.
Right?
So,
So
we don't have to
Ray
read them
Ray.
off if you don't want to, but that's up to you. You want?
I
I mean,
got 'em.
read. Go ahead. All right, you're good.
So for Ray Ray, we got 5 gifted. Thanks, Ray Ray. Zena, Rodney Barnes, Ken Ball, Soy Tumangs, the real Phil Spencer. Sure.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Hi, Phil.
That's the first one. And then we have from Spidey King, 20 gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Here we go. Alex, Retro Gamer 81, Jay Dunn, LeBurn 98, Fletch, Bucky 64, Mark Davey, PS5 Blows, Crippling Debt, Karate Laundromat, Borbs 8203,
Names.
Mohammed Diallo, Guillermo Finlayson, Wobbly Plague, slow down a bit, Colin.
They
Collins
trolling,
Gaming.
bro.
Steelers fan 1972, Anaconda 2020. Hoping Furball 9 and James Jones, the Black Harry Potter, Teddy P, and then Fun Speculation. Shout out to Mav.
Shout out to Mav.
And I think that's it. I think that's
All
all.
right. Congratulations to all the gifted, and of course there is the real Phil Spencer right there. There you go.
Yes.
That's the real one right there. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, and then there is Super Chat. I'll let you get that one.
Yep. So Riffs a lot, $5. Every gen, I've always had all 3 consoles. I'm all in on one box where publishers are giving me a better deal and competing for my dollars to the future. Yeah, the only one that's probably going to be a holdout is Nintendo. However, you can emulate them. I'm saying
that you can.
So, and oh my goodness, here we go. Dayreezy gifted a 10 WebDave memberships. Dayreezy, thank you so much.
Thanks, Dayreezy.
Here we go. They're starting to pile in here. So AJ86, Panther Blue, Michael Mooney, Frizzle, Tembo, Platano J, John Wolf. Hey John, that's a good one. Mock 666. Okay, I think that's what it says. And then Evan Huff. I think that's it. Let's stop.
There you go. Shout out to some of the members of the community that jumped on. We got Chris from 1H1D, who I interviewed today and will be dropping in the morning. So definitely check out that interview. It's really good. It's a 1 hour, 1 decision. It's a really good podcast. And Chris is super nice. And hopefully we're going to have him on the show pretty soon. So welcome, Chris. And also Tony from the Plume Network. The best place to get your news every single day for gaming is Plume, and he is in our chat. Welcome, good to see you, man. So many great members of the community. I love it. And so many of them that have jumped in and jumped out. John Wolf and a whole bunch more. And Okay, I'll let you read those now too.
All right, so we got more. All right,
Fun, right?
Do you now, the Broke Boy Insider? Hey,
Thanks,
how's it
buddy.
going, man? Gifted 10 WebDave memberships. Here we go. All right, so we got Slim Reaper, Ghostface Killa, Michael Santiago, NC Ghost of Low Road, Samuel Page, 4GQTV. Really? Okay. That's interesting. All right. Yeah. Shaun T. Welcome. 4GQTV. Frost K. Dev Hyperfang.
That's right, Devin. There you go.
Potty
Wiggly Green.
Penguin. And then we got even more. Spartan, another 20.
Thank you, Spartan.
All right, buddy. Here we go. Viper 1829, Christopher Axelson, Invincible Bill, Nunya the Kid, Ben Nye, I'm guessing, Mr. Talks, Michael Taylor, Marty McFly.
Hello, McFly.
McFly. Kenneth J. Williams, Mika Ford, Snake Wood, I think. Okay, and then Joy-Con Boys, I guess, right? Joy-Con Boys. TJI, I think. 9 Lives 2010. Corey B, Bob Hill, CJ, the Book of X. I gotta scroll down a little bit. Jason Redman and Midnight and Fairmaid. I think that's all of them.
There you go. There you go. Lord Master Jasper. That's from Mav's show. That's,
that's right. I missed it. Lord Master Jasper.
He's actually a member. Well, I guess because it was Spin Blue, because he's also a chat thing.
Yeah.
He's also a member of Space Force for real.
Here we go. Even more.
Okay, go ahead.
Day Easy, another 5. We're never gonna have a show. Chuck.
I love it.
5 Troy Gaming, Rectangle, and then a Golden Arms PR, Hungry Monkey. I think that's all of them.
There we go.
All right. And then we have a super chat. Do you now, the Brook Boy Insider? $5. I was in a PS Fanboy show. Yeah, I know. For 2 hours, they only talked Xbox Dead. They have a brand new game next week, Death Stranding 2, and nothing.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that when it comes to Xbox next year. I'm just saying. That's PC, yeah. But I'll wait till it comes to Xbox. Yeah, because Kojima now owns the rights to all his games, so he will definitely be putting it on Xbox because he knows where his bread's buttered. Just saying. Alrighty then. All right. So let's play this. I'm going to play both of those the clips as we kind of migrate to that. And again, welcome out to the show, everybody. We got over 350 people watching us live on YouTube and on X, and 1 person on Twitch. Thank you. Welcome. 1 person. So Marvin Gaming had his moment of denial. And we're gonna play that out real quick, and then we'll actually play. I've got both the segments up from Sarabon and the other one as well. They're more short, but I want to play them. That way, we have a good reference to as we talk about them going forward. So
who cares? The handheld will play PS games through.
Whoops.
Through the Steam Game Over. Nah, bro. Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yep.
Not happening.
Yep. Why does it keep pausing?
Not happening. You honestly think you're going to be able to play PlayStation games through the Xbox handheld?
Yes.
Not happening. Not happening. Not happening.
You sure about that? You sure about that? It's called the Xbox ROG Ally X. It has Steam installed, and yes, just to be sure, I was able to access my library and install Marvel's Spider-Man, specifically Miles Morales. The full
You gotta love it.
quote I was given was, within the Xbox full screen experience, players will see your aggregated gaming library, giving you quick access to games from Xbox, GamePass, Battle.net, and other leading Windows PC storefronts. Yes, that did include Steam on the unit I play it.
Oh,
I almost knocked this off out.
yo.
Sometimes you just gotta let them play.
Who cares?
Just a big
The
game.
handheld will play PS games through the Steam Game Over. Nah, bro. Nope.
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 Not happening.
CCC.
Not.
Jace, it is. It's happening. And we've had people that have played the system that have actually tried it and done it. And it works.
Who is he?
Works.
Sorry.
It's Marvin.
I see clips. Okay. I see clips from him sometimes. And
What is this full? Something. He's been on a couple the Iron Lords before.
It's
He's
Marlin Gaming, I think.
Marlin. That's it. Marlin Gaming.
Marlin.
Marlin, not Marvin. Marlin.
Okay.
And he and sometimes
He's
he'll
wearing an Xbox hat.
yeah. Well, sometimes he'll dress all up in Xbox gear and talk bad about PlayStation. Other times he'll dress up all in pony gear and talk bad about.
That's funny.
He's a true grifter. Just saying. I mean, look at his stack of the consoles there and
In the
stuff.
back, I saw the
Yeah.
God of War and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, he's he goes where the money is. I think that's what it is. I'm sorry, I don't know him personally, but it seems kind of obvious to me. So yeah, let's play Sarah's clip real quick if y'all don't mind, and then we'll get to the AMD clip. They're not very long, but they are they're definitely worth playing. Let's see which one's which. No, I had it up. What did I do with it? Freaking second. Oh, that's it. I know, right? Here it is. Here we go. Oh, that's hit that button. Yeah, that makes it full screen. I can't see anything. All right, let me switch to that. Sometimes if I talk my way through things, it seems to work better. In case you're wondering what the hell Dave is doing, I'm talking it out loud. That's why I get it done. And we did have, oh my gosh, we have more super chats. You want to get those real quick, and then I'll play that. I know super chat.
Sure. All right. So we got another 20 gifted memberships from Spartan661. Thanks, buddy. And here we go. I don't even know how you say this one. Celzito17. I'll just say that. Tony Short, Nixie, Fossil 924, 334 Werewolf, Cyclone 1999, Doggy Dog 420. I'm technically Tim. Nice. RJ, The Truth Lies. Baloo, Mo De La Garza, Steve Biko, James Thomas, Criminologic, Zay 429, Whoop Whoop Kid, Beast Mode 10, DeMarco Dude, DeMarco, how you doing, man?
No, DeMarco.
Polmoro, and Luke Skywalker.
Luke Skywalker. Luke, I am your father. That was bad, Darth Vader. And then we have this one. Who wrapped his membership?
Oh boy. Yeah, here we go. Yep, just re-upped. Do okay now. The Broke Boy Insider became a member. Thank you.
Thanks, buddy. We appreciate that. Appreciate that greatly. All right, so let's see what Sarah had to say. I know we've all heard this a few times, but some people are really reading between the lines, and some people are making up shit. So let's just hear from the lovely lady herself.
At Xbox, our vision is for you to play the games you want with the people you want anywhere you want. That's why we're investing in our next generation hardware lineup across console, handheld, PC, cloud, and accessories. I am thrilled to share we've established a strategic multi-year partnership with AMD to co-engineer silicon across a portfolio of devices, including our next generation Xbox consoles, in your living room and in your hands. Together with AMD, we are advancing the state of art in gaming silicon to deliver the next generation of graphics innovation to unlock a deeper level of visual quality and immersive gameplay and player experiences enhanced with the power of AI, all while maintaining compatibility with your existing library of Xbox games. This is all about building you a gaming platform that's always with you. so you can play the games you want across devices anywhere you want, delivering you an Xbox experience not locked to a single store or tied to one device. That's why we're working closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. The next generation of Xbox is coming to life, and this is just the beginning. We can't wait to show you what's next.
Goodness. Yeah. All right. So with all that said, let's go ahead and jump into the next clip. Oh, no, not that one. We'll save that one. AMD, there we go. All right. Share the screen. Kaboom. And there we go. All right. So the very next day, we got this. Whoops. Let me turn up her volume so we can hear her.
AMD and Microsoft are advancing a bold shared vision for the future of gaming, one that enables seamless gameplay across any screen, placing gamers at the center of the experience anywhere. We're so excited to be deepening our relationship with Microsoft and build on the over 2 decades of partnership, innovation, and trust. From the earliest days of the Xbox 360 to the most advanced consoles such as the Xbox Series X and S, and the recently announced ROG Xbox Ally handhelds. Moving forward, AMD will go beyond building custom chips for Xbox consoles to designing a full roadmap of gaming-optimized chips combining the power of Ryzen and Radeon for consoles, handhelds, PCs, and the cloud. And we're doing it all with backwards compatibility so gamers can access their favorite titles across platforms, delivering on a promise to both gamers and developers. Together, we are building a vibrant open ecosystem that delivers the next generation of graphics and immersive gameplay powered by AI that includes new foundational models to accelerate the state-of-the-art in rendering. From console to cloud to handheld, AMD and Microsoft are building the future of immersive gaming. We are so excited to be working with Microsoft to bring all of this tech to gamers everywhere.
Yeah. All right, Holly, I'm going to go to you first. Let you get your bars off on this, and what do you think about these announcements, and what do you think it really means, and are we set up for a really good 2026 and beyond? What do you think?
Yeah, I'm really happy to see Sarah Bond back in the spotlight. She utterly disappeared since that Bloomberg interview last year. But as the president of Xbox, it is good to see her. I think that's the title, right? Phil's the CEO and she's the president.
Correct.
It is good to see her bringing her, getting some FaceTime. It looks like they've coached her a little bit on her public speaking, which is great. I think she did a fantastic job with the message. She wasn't using her hands as much as she used to, and I think she did a great job. The message was good. I think the AMD presentation was even more informative, right? They actually kind of gave a little bit more detail about what's going on. I'm not surprised to see AMD and Xbox working together. I felt like that was sort of a nothing burger in the fact that, like, well, of course they have to have silicon to do their next anything, right? Like, so I was kind of like, why is this a big deal? Except obviously for the fact, right, that they've basically said, we're working on all kinds of stuff together, and you're going to see all kinds of things coming out of this partnership, not just a console, right? Like it's handheld and maybe beyond, right? So it's good. I was not ever worried about there being a next console. So I guess for the people who were worried that there wasn't an Xbox Series X2 or whatever they're going to call it, right? That I always thought there was going to be one. The one after that is the one that I think is the one that's a little more questionable. But there was always going to be a next console. So I guess this kind of quells the masses on that uncertainty that I don't really think should have been there. But it's good.
Agreed. I agree with that for sure. Demo, your thoughts on all this wonderfulness? I think you have a few things to say.
Yeah. So it's just funny that people were thinking that Xbox was going to abandon, right, the hardware. But I see him doing more hardware now than ever. This, this what is it, like partnership with AMD? It just like goes to show that they really committed to continue to do hardware. Now, is it gonna be like them actually manufacturing the stuff right on at Microsoft factories or something? Maybe not, but they're gonna be included in more and more hardware. And this is what they mean by Xbox everywhere. By saying Xbox everywhere means, they're gonna have more devices to play. And look, Sarabon right there, she say like, where you play on the cloud console and on a portable device, we're trying to take this thing beyond. So the way I see it, they looking good. I feel like this is like a great time, for Xbox, and I can see him, doing more innovative stuff, right? Because this is what they're doing. They're pushing the limits. Like, even what was it, like the CEO of Square Enix or the Final Fantasy guy? He came out and said like Xbox and AMD, they're really doing something really good. So he gave it, even somebody who's considered to be an opponent, right, an op like Square Enix, they don't like Xbox too much. They're giving it their flowers to these projects. So I mean, I'm excited to see what they got to offer. Now I'm super concerned, not concerned, but interested in seeing how AMD can, help this happen. And I think one of the main point is to bring the older libraries from Xbox, the older games. So I think they got that. I think they got to figure it out. They do have a whole team working on this. So I think that's one of the most important things about, the future of Xbox hardware, backwards compatibility. And I think they got it nailed. I think they are ready for it, and this is gonna work. I think I don't see these failing, actually.
Yeah. There you go. Hargeet, I know you've got a few things to say about all this. What are your thoughts, sir? The floor is yours.
Yeah, look, so this was always going to be something that they were going to kind of get into. I've been saying for years they're going to try to make things more open, right? They're going to start leveraging Windows. It just makes sense, right? So that's kind of what they're doing here. They're opening it up to have other OEMs. We already saw one. ROG is going to come up with an Xbox device. That's going to expand. We know that, right? It's going to expand to more. They're going to continue to make their own. Fair enough. The real question is do they continue to have a sort of separation between Windows and console? I still think they do. I don't know that they're going to really merge them entirely. Just to keep in mind, like, the entire purpose of Xbox, the existence of Xbox, was to stave off PlayStation taking over the living room. That was the intent, right? So PlayStation, Sony was coming out there saying, we're displacing Windows and we're going to be the device in the living room. And Microsoft's like, what are you doing? Excuse me? What? And so the entire purpose of Xbox, the existence of it, was to stop that, right? To say, no, Windows will be the thing that's going to be in your living room. And the Xbox was supposed to be Windows, but they kind of, surreptitiously made it a little different. Everybody, I'm sure, knows about the nice little meeting where Bill's like, anyway, I won't get into what he said. But they said, well, why not just go ahead? And but they've been slowly but surely, every generation, they add more and more Windows into the console. And so you see features coming in from Windows. Xbox One brought in the UI of Windows, right? The tiled interface. That's Windows 8's interface. They literally brought Windows 8's tiled interface into the console. And then the apps that you use are the Windows UWP apps, right? So if you're getting your Hulu, Netflix, all that stuff, that's all Windows apps. Those are running on your Xbox. Now they're just going to add another layer. That was what I just figured was the next step, was say, why do you, like, you have a game engine virtual instance that runs the games. You could have another virtual instance that they already do it to make 360 happen. They do another virtual instance to make original Xbox happen. It's like, well, why not just add one that does Windows? You're already core Windows anyway, right? And it's like, well, why not just add one that does full Windows? And therefore you could bring in your Epic store or your Steam store. And it just made sense. That was the next logical leap. I think that's what they're going to do on the console side. That'll still give you console, and it'll feel like console, do all console stuff that it currently does, just adds in the ability to bring in those extra stores, right? And then on the Windows side, they're seeing, hey, there's all these, Windows-based devices out there that are trying to be consoles, but they're using Windows, and Windows was never designed to be that. And so it's clunky. So why don't we fix that and take the Xbox goodness and bring it to Windows, right? And so that's what you're seeing as the partnership with ROG. They're trying to take Windows. Eventually, Windows 12 will be that Windows that has everything kind of baked in there, where you can say, hey, I want to go into console mode, and it'll take away the bloat and just boot up console mode in Windows 12, but you will always have the ability to go back. You can always go back to productivity mode. You'll have your desktop, you'll have your Explorer, you'll have your normal stuff that you usually have, right? So all that'll still be there. It just will be masked when you go to console mode and take away all the resource hoggingness of Windows and make it easier for you, right? If you have a device that they partner on, it will also be seamless on the update process, have a more console feel, right? But that capability will be available to just general Windows 12 users. If you want to use it, enjoy, right? So I think they're going to have that separation, in my opinion. Now, they could merge it and say it's the same bloody thing. It's Windows 12 on both, and we slightly modify it for the console. Essentially, it's always the same anyway, right? But I think on the console side, it is going to be a console, and it's going to be like it is today. It just will bring the other stores with it, right? That'll be the new feature they bring over. There may be other things that come over from Windows as well, but they are just going to add more layers of Windows into your console. And that's been happening. That was the whole purpose, right? They literally said that this was to bring Windows to the family room. That was the point of this. So that's what they're doing. And good. That makes sense to me. The question is, at what point did they say we don't need to give you a separate console device? We've made Windows 12 good enough that you can now just say, make it console, and it just becomes a console. And you can put like your homebrew PC under your TV, and it just does it. The better one is what I've also been saying. Eventually, I think this becomes the standard for your television. There's no reason you couldn't put that chip in your TV. If you're buying a $6,000 TV, what's the cost of adding this in and making it an Xbox TV? Right? You just have to think about that. There's already one in there, by the way, for people who don't know, that you already have a processor, an APU in your TV. That's how you get Netflix. That's how you get Hulu. That's how you get all these Disney Plus. That's how it's working. They already have an APU in there. It's just lower powered, right? So you just say,
but what about storage though? For something like that,
they have storage. They have storage, and the question is, how much storage do you want to have, right? And so now comes the fun part of, how much do you stream inline from the cloud directly, and say, I'm just going to stream this directly from the cloud. You have enough bandwidth that I can make that happen, and cache the things that I need to, right? Just cache enough that you can run the game and it feels seamless to you. Or say, here's an SSD card like we have today that you can plug into your TV, right? It's a compatibility mode, that thing that they'll just come up with in an industry. It says you can just plug this in and it'll have high enough performance on your TV directly, like just a USB drive, right? Plop it in and you have enough bandwidth that it just does it, right? So think like Thunderbolt has like how many freaking, it's like 40 gigabits or gigabytes or whatever. It's like ridiculous amounts of bandwidth. You could just plug something in like that, right? And have an external storage that just plugs into your TV, and there you go, right? So that is definitely something to think about, right? But that is, they already have storage today. They just have smaller amounts, like 8 gig, 16 gig, right? That's not going to be enough to bring in larger games, obviously, right? So you'd have to play with that and say, I can cache 4 gigs. You can keep that memory local, and then the rest might have to come in from the cloud, things like that, right? But these are technologies they could work on. So let's say 20 years from now, I just don't see why you wouldn't do it that way, right? Why do you need to have a box under your TV when you could just have your TV? Your TV just does it, right? You don't have to worry about it. So
and then
those are just things that I've been thinking about. Go ahead, sorry.
Upgrades would be minimal then too, right? Because you wouldn't really
Because we're getting to a point where it's like, how much more for the average player? They haven't moved from a PS4. They haven't moved from an Xbox One. They're still playing on those devices. Why? Because they're playing Fortnite, and it works. They don't care. It works. Right. And so at some point you get to this diminishing returns. It's like, okay, yeah, I get this, Z8 Extreme. All right, cool. How much more is it going to get? Like, am I going to see more like minuscule particles, going across the screen? That I don't know. What am I going to get that's going to be so different? Right. At some point it just becomes superfluous. And you're like, all right, this is good enough. Now, people do routinely change out their TVs too. And so when you change out your TV, you'll get a new version, right? Fine. It'll get more oomph, right? If that's of an important thing to you, right? That's an important feature for you. You'll look for it. Like I'm certified Xbox level 12 or something, whatever it is, right? So you just figure those things out when it comes out. But this is just commonplace when you look at PC, right? We get like new hardware all the time. So you'll just, get used to it. Feature sets generally don't change that often on TVs, but they change, right? There's newer specs for HDMI. There's newer feature sets that come out, especially for gaming. That's a lot of it is for gaming these days. So that's what's going to potentially happen there too, right? So, but either way, this partnership just says, hey, we're making this available. We're going to have a core capability set with AMD that can be leveraged by partners. And with those partners, then we will create a co-designed, whatever you want to call it, certified Xbox, right? And that will be with whoever wants to partner, right? And that can be a device under your TV. It could be a portable. It could be whatever, right? And that way you have open options. They will obviously make their own as well. Fine. That's cool. So that'll be what the minimum spec should be for everybody, right? And then you'll go from there. Then you can have more performance if you want, whatever, more memory if you want, more storage if you want, whatever, right? And maybe portability is what you want, right? And so they'll just figure things out with their partners as it goes on. This, of course, eliminates generations because these things change all the time, right? Like the ROG to the ROG Ally X to the ROG Ally Xbox, like this 3-year span has had upgrades in the hardware the whole time, right? So you will have that continuously keep happening, right? It's just so generations kind of go away, and you will just have upgrades available. Like there are major, graphical changes and CPU changes generation wise as far as like the Zen and the NVIDIAs and the RDNAs, those, and that's going to become UDNA, those change every few years, right? So you will just have the ability to get those. They will just keep partnering and doing that, which from my perspective, I love it. I think that's great because that way if I want more, I can buy more. If you don't need more, you can stay at the level you want, right? And it's good enough. You just keep playing. It's just like PC, where it's like, I can have a 5-year-old PC and it still plays my games. You can have a 10-year-old PC and most games still work, right? It's up to you. And you say, well, no, I want the more frames. I want the higher capability. Fair enough. Go buy it, right? They're not going to stop you anymore. Now it's not going to be 8-year locked or 7-year locked, right? You do whatever you want. Do whatever you want, right? There'll be a minimum requirement, and that's what they're going to bake in. And then the rest of it on you. Right, so that's kind of cool. But now, if you
do you have
go ahead.
Do you have a glass of water? Do you have water there? Because you're gonna need it. And you see what Lotus just did. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I saw.
Goodness, but continue your thoughts.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Yeah.
So I
we'll get to those
comment. Stop making sense.
Yeah. But yeah, it is what it is. That like, so we'll see how this plays out. It may totally not resonate with certain customers. I think it will resonate with customers that like options, and I think that is kind of what the next gen of people like, as far as like not our generations, but the following generations, they tend to like options. They like being able to just play the same thing wherever they are, access whatever they have wherever they want. And if you grew up and you've had this available to you the entire time you've been existing, you don't think of things like, wait, I can't just use it on the other phone. Like what does that mean? Like I use it, right? Like what do you mean I can't use it? So they don't even think in those terms. And unfortunately, the world that we grew up in, when you have gaming, it was all locked to a box, right? So now it's all kind of just merging. There's no point to that lock anymore. So it used to be required because the physical hardware was built that way, and there was no OS, and you had to kind of run everything in the cartridge, and like it was just different. It was totally different, right? So now they're basically all computers. They're all PCs. Whether you're buying a PlayStation running Linux or BSD, or you're buying an Xbox running Windows, or you're buying a Nintendo Switch running, I think they're running an offshoot of Android. So they're all running an OS. It's just the way it is, right? Your TVs run Android. They're all running Android. That's what they do. So, it's just the world we're in, right? So in that world, there's just no point in locking things. You can just target everything and be fine with your games. And like, that's what really should happen. That should just be open. I don't know how that works as far as the perception of like, I need exclusives. Okay, cool. Like we were talking about the Nintendo. You bought the Nintendo to play the Nintendo games. Fair enough. Right. Is that the model that works? Maybe it is. Is that a better model from a consumer perspective? No, it's not. It'd be better for you to be able to play. I am still annoyed that the next Zelda is not going to be a UE5 Zelda, because I've seen somebody go do that and it looks stunning, right? That would be so cool to have, but I doubt they're going to be able to do it. So it's still going to be kind of what they usually do, right? And if they went down the path of making it into, like, just take a look at some of the new games that come out these days, UE5, stunning visuals. They could do that with a Zelda game. They could really take it to that level, that fidelity, right? And you'd have a great action adventure game, but also have the stunning visuals. At the time they were doing it, it was great, but now it's way behind, right? And you're like, okay, at some point, is that something you're going to change? If you had the oomph available to you, you could, but they're not going to do it, right? They're going to give you their dedicated hardware, and it's going to have this low spec. That's kind of where they are. So it is what it is.
Yeah. But my God, it's such a good time to be a gamer.
I still think that, like, the announcement wise, it's kind of interesting they did that right after the June showcase.
Yep.
There's probably other things going on in the world that maybe push them to do it early. That's possible. It also could just hint that they're on course for a 2026 fall hardware release. And if that happens, wow, that'll be very interesting. That'll be a very interesting 25th anniversary for Xbox.
Yeah, because 25th anniversary, he already kind of spilled the beans a little bit. I mean, we're getting possibly a Halo.
Yep.
Oh my God. We're definitely getting a Gears with E-Day. We're definitely getting a Forza, because he basically announced that. You know, now what Forza we don't know, but we can assume, and hopefully it's what you're thinking. Yeah. Hopefully it's the Tokyo.
Horizon, right? Yeah.
Oh God, I hope so. God, I hope it's so with Tokyo. That would it makes so much sense and would be so perfect if they did it. And then Fable, we know that's coming, and possibly the reason it was delayed was just to hold it off, to make it the most killer freaking year ever in gaming for Xbox. 20th anniversary. Let's just give you all our cards at once. Boom shakalaka. I mean, come on, man. Come on. It's crazy. It's so crazy. So many good things. We got a little bit it's kind of a breaking news thing to talk about here in a minute too. But let's get into Hargeet, you got your water. Let's first we have a super chat. Thank you so much for the super chat.
Hang on, I'm just copying. Oh, wait, am I on mute? I'm not. Okay. Okay. Next Xbox. So Joe Dunn, more $2. Next Xbox console release date, 26 May 26. I understand where you're going here. You know what this is, right? The GTA 6 release date. But I would say it'd probably come in early, because I think there would be if that was the case, there would be an early access that would probably be on the Friday before. So they'd probably release it the Tuesday or Thursday of that week. But yeah,
it's good thinking, though.
Interesting thought. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And we know that the launches can work outside of the normal cycle, with Nintendo just becoming the biggest selling console ever as far as, biggest launch ever of a console. And they did it when? In June. So, yeah. Oh, my God. Dude, please stop. Lotus, I love you, man. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah. So smoke him if you got him. We got a few hundred super chat I guess members to announce. Doom Cutie, yeah, she got one as well. Nice to see that. Okay, cool. So first he actually upped his membership himself. So thank you, Lotus, for doing that. Lotus is free, fine member of the community, and thank you again graciously for everything you did. And Hargeet, you ready?
Oh my goodness.
Do you really want to do this?
Like copy pasting? Like, do we need to do it?
Okay, well, all right. Well, let's just do it this way. we're gonna give big kudos to Lotus Esprit, who gifted 50 memberships.
Louise.
50 memberships.
50.
Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much. We greatly appreciate that. And everybody that received one, please, like Adele said, get text to speech. We might just be able to. Hargeet, maybe we need to talk more about that TTS software and having it so where she reads it for us on demand. Maybe that's a thought.
Okay, so I think I have the first 50 copied.
Okay.
And then we have a bunch more. I'll just do the 50 at least. All right, so here we go. Oh boy. We got a Ghost 1 for 1, Glenn Sharp, Entertainment Landfill, Ghost Fixter, Skull Asticus.
Be right back.
I Boogeyman. I whatever. I Boogeyman. I'll just say that.
Good enough.
Eamon Burns, Simon, and then we got Will, and moving further, we got Pat F, Phase 114, and Assassin. Hey, Assassin, how's it going, man? Craig Ravitch. Hey, it's a boom. How's it going, man? Hitting FG's Blunted. Okay. George Purcell, Jake HH, Private Parts, and then Xcoin, Crispy, Roger Jesse, Jason Portillo, Phantom Beat, Dragon Wolf, Gamer Fish, The Third Gunman, Royal Boyle 78, Mini Kramer, Mr. Bushido. Bushido, how's it going, man? Smitty Smith, Dreadpool, how's it going? Night Owl, Lift Ozo, Wandering Dutch, hey man, State of the Bucks, Rips Snorta, Bims 6, and Zilla Nation, Slim 73. Hopefully I got all these right. I'm Austin, I guess. MFA, Floodzilla, The Collector, Mr. Waffles, Relski, C4 Skills, you know who it is, 19. Do I know who it is? Neo, K Nation Cuz, then C Money. Hey, C Money, how's it going? Ricardo Moncada, and I think that's it for the first 50. I hope I got everybody. Man, I'll just make sure I didn't see anybody else after that. Yeah. Yeah, that was the last one I saw for that. Then we have Spartan with another 20. Niv Garcia. Richard Lewis. Cameron Swear. I don't know how else to say that one. Dark Man next.
I'm back.
5449. Mark Allen. William Griffin. Eric. Ricky. Xbox Frontline, aka King David.
King David, what's up, King?
Jax 82. Erodimus. Meek B2G. Andre Doyle. Mark 2068. Scarlet Scarab. Germ Dog Lax LAX. Rid. I don't know what that's supposed to like. Is that supposed to be something? Rid 5K, but I don't think that's supposed to have to
Just
be
do the best you can and move on.
YOLO.
YOLO.
Yes. And then that's that one. And then there's, oh my God. Another 50 from Lotus. Oh my God. Thank you so much. All right. Unico Kocho, Man of War, Nurse Bro, Nigel. Let's see if I don't. Okay, did absolutely scroll too much. And then, oh, this is another 20. Oh my gosh. After that.
Yep.
Holy crap. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. What was that? It was Nigel, Stevie Rage Quit, Noise FOMO, RWK88, APIMB, Doom Cutie, Cyberwolf, Moggs E, Greggle, Pete, Mike Series X Sperling, Neil B, Lover God, G-Wave, Big Al in Philly, Delroy, Dusty Uno, Gamers Paradise 75, Grungehead, Aw Man 101, Hollywood Rules, Talos Ray, Zach Riley, and scrolling. What was the next one? BT Maverick. And it just keeps going. Music 72, Preston, Fuzzy Tomato, E-Ranks, Kingsley Justine, and then Cullen Prime, User for Games. Let's see the next one. Okay, Roshan Eppinger, Let's Go Ozzy, Derek Johnson. Let's see, Def Leopard, Rob Roble Snacks. I don't know how else to say that one. Amit Kumar, Luis Jimenez, Elijah Vasquez, Danny Passion Official, Rick L, Joey Honda. How's it going, man?
Joey.
Soil Tech. How's it going, Soil Tech?
In the flesh.
Okay, here we go. Prankster 86. You know I got soul. Greg K. Where are we at next? I think that's all those ones. Jeez Louise, man. Okay, and then we got Lotus with another 20. Holy crap. Masshole 1977. Lamingo Da. Mershot. Demoflow Gaming. Iconic Video Games.
Congratulations,
Christy
Demo.
Mom. L. Laurel 2 Paul. Young Dreads the Artist. Brian Scully. Lord Roughness. Frost. Nisa Hauer. Meet the Cheater. Chuck Finley. Punty 50. And Viz Payne. Gray Monad. One Trick Pony. Christopher Roke. Chris Coleman. And I think that might be it. I don't see one after that.
Lotus Esprit, thank you so much for your generosity. I just want to say that right now. And he's and also a shout out to you, Holly. He's waving to you in the chat. So yeah.
Hello, Lotus. How you doing?
Yeah, Lotus, you get a chance, you gotta definitely
Lotus
check out her live streams.
Wonderful.
He is, isn't he? He's amazing, absolutely amazing. But yeah, so Hargeet, you need to read that.
Right. Wow. Reforge is salivating over all these gifted memberships right now. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And here we go again.
Fuck you. Stop
Here
it.
we go again.
Stop it. Just kidding.
All right. So again, Barq gifted 10. And it's still rolling here. It's Timmy V2. Xbox Lord Chaos 78. Rodamende Batu 804. I don't know if I got that right. Victor Bernard, Project Scorpio, Tarnish Gamer, Bromane Fifth Floor. Bromane Fifth Floor. I don't know what that one. Anyway, Backbone 5, Manny GL 2814, and I think that might be it. I don't see any more coming in.
It might be it. Thank goodness. Exactly.
Play it day one with Game Pass.
There we go. Sorry, had to get the grunts in. Oh my goodness.
Right.
My goodness. Yes. Thank you all so much for that. We'll Hargeet, we'll talk about maybe some ways to not break up the show so much in the future. I don't know how to do it. It was I feel appreciated, and I definitely want to make sure everybody knows that they're getting gifted. It's so awesome. It's greatly appreciated. We'll do something a little different. So we'll do something. We'll figure it out. There's definitely ways we can do stuff, and definitely we definitely have talked about adding the like, oh no, it's Alex does the TTS and with the different voices and stuff, and maybe we'll try and work something like that into it. We'll see what we can come up with, but yeah, it's awesome and exactly amazing read, Hargeet. You're getting big kudos for that, and I do appreciate that too. So yeah, and plus the biggest thing, as Lotus is now showing you, that if you are a member, gifted member, or other, it's only $1 for membership, and it is access to tons and tons of emojis. And now I'm going to be able to add at least 4 or 5 more, at least after this episode. So we'll be working on those. I'm going to get with Farq. We're going to see if we can come up with a few really cool ones.
Uh-oh.
I know, right? Exactly. he said he wanted to make a better one of Holly. What does that mean? What does that mean, Holly? What does that mean? Just kidding. What? She's like, you come on the show enough.
Anything's possible.
It is. There's no boundaries to Farku's devil. I mean, to his creativity. Creativity. That's what I was going to say.
Yes.
His genius.
Creativity.
No, I'm just kidding. We love him. Oh my goodness. All right. So let's get into some of this. Clute, a good member of the community, awesome guy. Been here hanging out with us a lot. Super nice guy. Did drop a little bit of information on here, and I'm gonna bring this up. I think this is kind of neat. It's just more of a clarification, and then also I guess it's kind of a promotion that they're going to be running. We're gonna add this to the stage. So it's Samsung partners with EA and Xbox to bring EA Sports, I guess the football, FIFA 25 to Samsung Gaming Hub. And you think, well, that's, what's the big deal on that? It's just, they have it on their thing. It's cool. Well, what they're doing is they're actually giving you a 2 months subscription to Game Pass included in your TV that highlights that this game is on there. Because it may not be my jam, but it's big. It's especially overseas, Europe, and all. The FIFA is huge, or soccer, or football, whatever you want to call it. It is very big, and super awesome for sure that they're doing this. And this could actually make some people's decisions. Like, what TV do you want to get? Oh, well, this one comes with this. Obviously, if it's a Samsung, it's going to be a great TV. But then now to get this kind of incentive to get this may get you to the model with the Game Hub already built into it. I know some models even came with controllers with them. Some models had like a coupon where you could send in and get a discounted controller at a discounted price. So all those kind of things are awesome. Or if you already have one, you can just pair it up, which is pretty awesome. So a quick around on this, Hargeet, it's a good thing though, right? You think it's smart marketing?
Yeah, especially for those that are in like the European theater or pretty much the rest of the world, right? Like, and this is specifically like the soccer, right? The normal football. Right. So, I think like everywhere outside of the US, it actually matters. So it's kind of a cool thing. I don't know how twitchy the controls are and how well that works on cloud, but if they, if it works well enough in certain areas, right? I think in Europe,
a Fire Stick,
okay.
And then one of the new Fire Sticks with a controller, and and it works just fine for me. Can't tell any lag.
But you're here in the U.S.
That's true.
Near a data center, right? So you're probably within, say, 300 to 500 miles from DC, right? And that is the major hub, right? And the major hub of the U.S. for cloud, right? So you're very close to the server, right? So let's say you're in Central Africa. Where is your local data center? That's the thing. And again, I don't know how many people can afford these kind of TVs, right? So that's another thing, that maybe this is upscale only, right? So in Europe, the data centers are pretty well distributed. So you have some good capability there. So it just depends on where you are. Like if you're in Tokyo, obviously, you have awesome internet capabilities and data centers right there. They have some good distribution across the country, right? It just depends on where you are, right? Again, if you're like in Central Australia somewhere, you might not have good access to a data center, which is probably in Sydney, right? So you just have to kind of deal with the latency there. So it just depends, right? Like it may work, it may not. It just, we'll see. With games that are not as Twitch control-y, it should work fine, right? It's how much latency before it becomes a problem. And I just don't know this. I haven't played this, so I don't know, right? I don't know how FIFA works. I don't know if anybody on the panel is a FIFA fan or not. But if it's very twitchy, then that could be kind of problematic. But hey, it's up to them. It's great as an option, right? If it works, it works. It doesn't, hey, at least you understand that Game Pass exists and you get these kind of games in it, right? So
Yep. Shout out to Xbox Era for putting up the article, and shout out to Clute for sharing it with us tonight. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate you doing that. Demo or Holly, do either one of you have any Anything you want to say on this, or just we move on?
So FIFA's in Game Pass?
Looks
It's
like it.
EA. Remember, EA, all of its catalog comes to Game Pass. And so if you're an
But
Ultimate or on PC,
I thought only some of EA games went into
pretty much all of it is supposed to. So according to their own marketing from EA, every game goes into EA Play. It's except for one game, which is Split Fiction, which did not go into EA Play. But everything they have goes into EA Play. So it does eventually show up in Game Pass.
So there you go.
Yeah, not at launch necessarily is what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah, EA Play Pro does the launch, but they don't have that as part of Game Pass. It's EA Play.
Okay, because that's what I was thinking was, well, wait a minute. I know other EA games that haven't dropped at launch, right? But yeah, for sure. 6 months late, 8 months later, whatever. Yeah. Okay. So FIFA 25. So that's probably a slightly older title that's not new.
I think it's already out. If that's
I think it came in.
Yeah, I mean, as in like it's not dropping in August, and this is August or
right. I get you. Yes. No, not like the new Madden's coming out, which would be Madden 26. Yeah.
Like Hargeet said, it's smart in other parts of the world. What can it hurt to run the ad, right, and see what happens? It can't hurt.
Exactly. And if anything, if they have the Game Pass included for 2 months, they might try something else that might strike their fancy.
And what they should do is do the same thing here and use Madden and football, college football, right, which are both
not bad.
In Game Pass.
Madden is in a very bad state.
Is it?
Yes.
Hmm.
Madden is always in a bad state, though. I guess.
State of disarray.
Yeah.
There you go. Demo, you got any comments on that?
Oh man, yeah, I play a lot of FIFA.
Oh, there you go.
Shit, I must have like about 20 something days played in total
Nice.
this
Wow.
year, something like that. Yeah. I do play a lot of like soccer. We're very passionate about it. I've been watching, soccer games. Literally the only TV that I kind of watch. Part of the TV that I watch. So yeah, super excited for this one. I do play it. You know that I have the MetaQuest, and that's what I play my cloud games. And it works pretty good. FIFA, it's one of those games that work pretty good. And I don't see why everybody got to be sweating playing FIFA like that. But I wouldn't say this is like the way to go to play FIFA, but it's like a nice one to have around in case you want to jump into a match or two, kill time, whatever. I think it's great, and I love to see it. And all the EA games are coming to Game Pass as well. That's another thing. This game has been out for a little bit now, but there's been a lot of like soccer events. So this is one of the ways for them to get the casuals and be like, yo, like, I watched the games, the soccer games, and now I have it, also the game included in the new TV that I'm going to get to watch maybe the new football season that is about to start in August now. So yeah, I think it's a great move. I love to see, FIFA. I love to play it, and I do play it on the cloud, so I think it's cool. Yeah, nothing else to say. I think it's good. It's a big name. It's a big deal. Like, don't take this like don't try to downplay it. This is FIFA. This is like Call of Duty or the video or the sports games.
You're right. It is huge.
Yep.
It is huge, and it's
It is
big
huge
here.
except the US. Here we just do not care about soccer.
Well, there are people that definitely care about soccer. It's just not as big as football.
Very, very minimal.
Or any other American sport.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, baseball and basketball,
football, right? Hockey. Those are the ones that we really follow here, right?
Come on, disc golf. Come on, disc golf.
Golf?
What? Disc golf? Yeah. Well,
But like, yeah, we have teams. I think we have. We just don't care. Like, it's so minimally I guess pushed here. Those teams just don't have a lot of clout or viewership or anything. It's just whatever.
Yeah.
So, but for the rest of the world, it is like the biggest thing, right? And there's World Cups, and like this is like the big game, and there are national teams that compete, right? It's pretty crazy. There's also like a big cricket following around the world.
Yeah, cricket's on Game Pass.
Nothing with that. We don't touch it at all. Yeah, cricket. Yeah, there you go.
It's on Game Pass.
Yeah, it is, and because they recognize it, right? Like, so for growth in other parts of the world, right, you need to have that. And baseball is very U.S. and Japan, maybe a little bit of Central America, right? It's not that big everywhere else in the world. But cricket is bigger, and then soccer is the sport, right, that everybody does.
Yep. Thanks, Casey. Appreciate that. Oh my goodness. What a show. My goodness. We're getting closer to the end, but before we wrap things up, I want to throw this out because we're going to go back to Demoflow for this one. Demo. This is one of your tweets.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's a good one. he thinks I'm going to bring down some bad stuff on him. No, not at all. So they hate on everything. You're right. But this is actually pretty cool. If MetaQuest can play games via the cloud, there you go. So this is the rumor / I'm not sure if has it been officially announced yet? Anybody know that?
No.
So no official announcements.
Just rumors.
Yeah.
This came out. There was posts about this a year ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So it must be much closer now.
Yeah. There you go. So obviously Xbox isn't, or Microsoft isn't doing one themselves. They pretty much already said that, just didn't quite pan out for them to invest in it themselves. So if the other third-party company wants to do it, why not? I mean, I don't see any harm in it, as it were, but it definitely is not. It's not something that that's. How can I say this? Like Hargeet, you had like the was it AR glasses, right? Where you can actually bring the GamePass and stuff up on your vision, and you can have it to where it's either moves with your head or it stays stationary, and you can move your head still around, and you're able to watch TV on the plane. Didn't you weren't you watching movies and playing games? I think Case was doing that.
Where I'm actually at a hotel. That's where it's kind of convenient. I just use it there. But yeah, I mean, I have the X-Real, right? It's the X-Real
nice
AR glasses. So they're
kind of
just
the
hook
same
up
thing,
to
right?
a phone, right, or a computer, and they basically it's AR, and you can obfuscate as much of the world as you want to, and have more brightness of the display, or allow more of the world to come through, right? So it's up to you as to how much of the room you want to see and whatnot. So
that is pretty cool. And
MetaQuest, I think, has that capability too, right? They have cameras, so you can kind of say, I want to see what's happening in the room, right, and bring it through. So I don't know how well it works, but yeah, they did, like Holly said, they did announce that they were going to do a branded, Meta thing last year in April, but I don't know if that what would be special about it, because at the time the rumor was it would just be skinned Xbox and it would come with an Xbox controller, and that's really it.
I think that's it, and it's gonna have everything is cloud stream.
Yeah,
as well.
There's no specialness to it. What I was thinking would be really cool is if you said, you know what, you never delivered on VR for your console. Could this thing have a connection to your console and be able to just run from there, right? If you wanted to use your Series X and say, I have a dongle I plug into USB or something like that, and that sends the stream over or connects up some other wireless way, and then you can just have your Xbox run a VR game or something like that. Is it viable? I don't know. It's possible, right? If you saw the original PS4 implementation of PSVR, it was HDMI out into their box, and then that box, HDMI to the receiver or to your TV, and then you had your glasses hooked up to that box, right? So that's how they were doing the VR and then now you have a USB connection that did the whole thing, right? So could they leverage that capability from the Xbox? They probably could. Right. And so that's a question of whether they want to do that or not. Right. So that would be kind of cool. Right. Because that would give you a VR headset that is part of the Xbox ecosystem, right? Directly connected to the Xbox or do cloud. Fine. Right. That's always an option. Right. But yeah, whatever. We'll see.
Yeah. We shall see. Demo, are you excited about something like this if it happens? I mean, you put the post up. Were you trolling or are you actually thinking that might be cool?
Well, man, It is cool. You know what? Because like I said, they trying to unify Windows with the Xbox. So chances are that maybe the next one played the games native, and we know that the VR it has the capabilities. So maybe I don't have to play from the cloud. Maybe it brings the same integrations that you will have in something that the next Xbox roguelike or something. So it's super interesting, to be honest. And just the fact that they're gonna have another cool little gadget out, like who's getting mad, man? Just go ahead and play it, pick it up if you like it, and if you don't, then I mean, it is what it is. What are you gonna do about it? Like, you don't have to buy it. It's not like nobody's getting a chanker in your neck, and hey, you have to buy this now. Like, come on. But I mean, it's kind of a thing now to get excited for stuff, and it's like, okay, look at other possibilities. I'm thinking about maybe running my games in there. And I've been playing from the cloud because it's super comfortable. Sometimes I'm chilling, laying in bed, my body aches because I worked out or something. And I just don't want to move, too much. I want to be like laying down. And I mean, it's kind of uncomfortable to do with a TV, but if you have that right and you're living right inside there, even if you're playing the game on a big screen, inside the VR of the VR for those who's tried, and it just kind of cool. I mean, it's just another place to play games, man. Like,
Yeah, for real. That's I think it's pretty awesome for sure. That it's the options are always good. That's the best thing about it, is getting the options. Do we read these? I mean, we don't have to read off the names, but FarQ dropped 10 super chats, and then Lotus hit us up
I think
with
we got
another 10.
FarQs, I think, but we did not get the latest ones from Lotus.
Lotus, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. You spent way too much money, but thank you very much for doing it. Greatly appreciate it.
Let's see if I can go back to FarQs, but
FarQ.
Yes, I did read those. So, okay. So I will read the ones from Lotus. All right. So from Lotus, yet another 10. My goodness.
I know.
Fat Boy, Mr. Din, Cruise Missile 32, Lost Boy, Joe Blow, Grizzly, Oscar Emilio A. Gonzalez, Bonehead 67, Scoundrel 451, Darth Sin, and that is it. That's all of them.
There you go. Awesome. Anyway, thank you so much for that. Just to let everybody know that we are going to be sending the show over. We're going to, I guess, do a raid after this is over with here in a few minutes. So if you want to stick around, hold on, and we are going to send you to Pixelated Echoes, where we have Fuzzy Belvedere and 3-Bit are doing their show, and their guest tonight is Mav from Fun Speculation. So definitely it's going to be a good show if you like continuing to TT ass talk that shit and really get into some more gaming and stuff. I guarantee you they're gonna keep the party going all night long. So definitely want to, if you're into the gaming speak tonight and that's what your mindset is, definitely stick around for that. And I do big shout out to over 450 people that are watching us live right now. Thank you so much for being here. We have tons on X and on YouTube, and still one person watching on Twitch. Thanks.
Paris said earlier that was him.
Was it? Was it? Oh, thanks, Paris. That's awesome. I didn't catch it. That's funny. That is funny. Big shout out to Paris Lily too, and every member of the community that comes and hangs out. It is absolutely amazing. So awesome to have such great members of the community, especially like the panel that we have on tonight. Hargeet Chani is on a ton of podcasts, and he is gracious enough to be on here with me, and I appreciate that so much, Hargeet. Thank you for everything you do for us, and it was great getting to meet you in person. That was a memory I'll have be able to cherish for the rest of my life, and we're going to do it again next year. My wife already said, "Sure, you can do it." I was like, "Sweet."
Yeah, just an FYI, I did read that apparently you can already do this with your Xbox. You can actually use AirLink and connect your MetaQuest to your Xbox. So that's available today. As long as you're on the same wireless, you can connect it up.
There you go.
I didn't even think of that because I do use it with Steam, right? But you do need the cable to get the the best.
Yeah,
experience.
but you can use AirLink, and so
you can use
your
AirLink
Wi-Fi.
as well. So I didn't think about using it with the Xbox. But there you have it, man. This is like the possibilities that we're getting right now, and it's just like a beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
I'm about to do this shit right now after the show. I'm about to do it. I'm about to do
Yeah.
it. Let's get it.
Fantastic. We did get another super chat in.
Yeah.
Oh
So we
shit!
got
Gears of War beta on the freaking thing. Oh, let's get it, bro. That's gonna be so sweet.
Dave Reezy, $2. Poor Hargeet, give him a raise, Dave.
Thanks, Shaun, for lending his voice unceremoniously. Of course, when I play that, I got to play this one as well too.
If you like this video, please hit the like button.
Thanks, Dirt. My friends love that I sample their voices. Oh goodness.
Oh no! What happened? Oh no! How terrible! That's just awful. How terrible! Oh no!
Anyway. Goodness gracious. So anyway, let's go around the horn. Holly, that blue number. Again, thank you so much for coming on tonight. I love it when you're on. I think you have some great takes, and I do appreciate your time tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Please tell everybody where they can reach out to you, and also what things you're going to be streaming next.
Yeah. Thank you, Dave and Hargeet, for having me on. It was nice to talk to you, Demo. I am trying to finish Doom. I have like 1 or 2 more streams for that.
Nice.
We're taking way too long. But I'm also making videos and content. I just started, so be nice. But I've got 2 videos done, and I am starting prep for my next one. So I'm gonna try to keep the content rolling and try to, do more and do more. And Friday nights I'm on the Infinite podcast with Infinite Umbra and Risk It. And then Thursdays I might be joining DeMarco Dude on his solo podcast, helping him out a little bit here and there.
Nice.
So for right now, that's what I'm trying to do. My next stream is tomorrow. If you want to come and watch some Doom, see what I'll get into. But
I'll be lurking in the chat.
But yes. Dave always stops by because he's an amazing community member and supports everyone, and really, really appreciate all of your support. And thank you, chat. BT, I am so happy you finally got your member status after like 112 different times. You finally got it, and I'm very proud of you for it.
So funny, so awesome. It is. And of course, with that, please don't forget that you can, for just $1, you can get one yourself if you don't have one, or if you want to gift, that they're just $1 when you do gifted. That's pretty cool. But we're gonna go around to Demoflow. Demo, sir, thank you so much for talking that shit. For sure, for real, keeping it with the streets, as it were, and your work on your videos is fantastic. I love it when you're on C Money and Doodle Show. It's always good. Of course, you're with Hargeet as well. All of you guys have great chemistry together to get your bars off. But thank you for putting up with me tonight. So thank you, sir. And please tell everybody where they can find you, where they can reach out to you.
Hey man, what Dave? What can I say, man? It's always a pleasure to come over here and hang out with you guys. I'm always listening to the show, anyways. So I'm always out here, believe it or not. So yeah, Demoflow Gaming, you can find me every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. With the Demoflow Gaming show, I'm over there with them boys, with the Power Boss, the Archangel Nexus, and sometimes Desire. Now he's got a new job, so might not see him around as much as before, but he's definitely part of the team. So we're gonna be there every Friday hanging out, and of course you can find me with the Wise One, with the Pony Slayer, with the Hargeet, aka the Pony Guillotine. You can find me with him and Simone and Doodle every Friday. We do the night shift. We do this shit overtime. We're just having a lot of fun. We just like some gamers having a lot of fun. So guys, thank you so much for for having me, and hit the like button, subscribe, do all of that. Thank you so much. It's your boy Demoflow checking out.
Demo, thank you again so much for being here. You're truly awesome, dude. I greatly appreciate it. And of course, just a quick, if you're still in the chat, there's the Demo and Holly both have emojis, and Boom, there they are right there. So there's a Demoflow emoji and the Holly emoji. I like to switch them out, bring them around, especially when I get a guest on. So I always leave a spot where I can do that. So since they're on tonight, we can cook them tonight, have a little fun. So yeah, it's awesome. Hargeet, please tell everybody where they can find you, where they can reach out to, and all the social media. I mean, Discord, and of course, what shows, plural, that you're going to be on.
Yeah, so I'm on Discord, Chani. Otherwise, I'm on Xbox, Chani. Check out my channel, Hargeet Chani 1 on YouTube. And then if you want to pick up my book, of course, shop.chani.us. I'll be on with Boom on Wednesday, 7 p.m. US Eastern Time, Double Barrel Gaming. Check that out. With, as Demo mentioned, with C-Money and Doodle on Friday, 8-ish p.m., probably more closer to 9 p.m. At some point between 8 and 9 on Point for Gamers for Night Shift on Friday. And then hopefully we will have our normal Saturday show with Fawn. So check that out next Saturday, 7 p.m. US Eastern Time, and then we'll be back next week at 7 p.m. US Eastern Time here as well. So check those out. You're muted, WEBDAVE.
How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, good.
Now we can hear you.
I think I was getting ready to sneeze or something, so I want to make sure I didn't get all grody. Oh my God. So, but yeah, thank you all very much for being here and for me being a noob and not knowing how to work buttons. Yay! Look what I can do. Anyway, so yeah, we're having too much fun. Can you tell? But stick around if you're in the chat. We're gonna automatically send you over to Pixelated Echoes with 3-Bit, and 3-Bit actually worked on Fable. That is no lie. He actually is a graphic artist and worked on that game. So, and when that game does come out next year, he has promised me that he will be on our show to tell us all about what he did on it after the game comes out. So, and after he's available to talk about it with his NDA he had to sign. Just saying. But so we're looking forward to that. And then of course Mav's gonna be on there as well. Fuzzy Belvedere. Fuzzy rules. Fuzzy's so awesome. But guys, thank you all so much for being here. We really appreciate it. And as Colt would say, be nice to each other. Yeah, be nice. I like that. I like that Colt saying. I have my shirt that says be nice. And we have new shirts and stuff too. So check out our merch too. I'm just kidding. I was like a salesman or something. What's going on here? Nah, we're just having fun. Thanks again for joining us here on the Gamers Council.
It was so long I had to roll up some of it.
Bye, Dirt.
Game over.